Have you ever thought about how wonderful it would be to keep your body young, strong, and functional even as the years go by? Imagine waking up every day with energy, motivation, and confidence to carry out your tasks, walk steadily, climb stairs without pain, play with your grandchildren, or even go for an afternoon walk without feeling tired. It may seem like a distant dream for many, but the truth is that it's completely possible when you learn how to take care of your body the right way. And the secret lies in something simple, free, and accessible to anyone: movement. We're not talking about extreme workouts or crowded gyms. We're talking about smart, safe movements that activate the right muscles, protect your joints, and stimulate your body to regenerate. Because yes, our bodies were made to move, and when you move in the right way, regularly, your body responds with strength, balance, flexibility, and vitality. In this guide, I'm going to show you the 5 best exercises to stop aging. These are movements that work muscles that are essential for your mobility, posture, cardiovascular health, and even your mood. And the most amazing part, you can do all of them at home without needing any special equipment. And even if you're just starting out, even if you're already 60, 70, or even 80 years old, these exercises were designed especially for you. They don't require previous experience, don't put stress on your joints, and can be adapted to your own pace. But pay attention, the last exercise is the most powerful of all, so stay until the end and don't miss that information. Now let's move on to the first exercise, the one considered the foundation of strength, balance, and functional youth: the squat. The squat is much more than just a gym exercise. It is in fact a natural human body movement, something you do every day without noticing. Every time you sit down or stand up from a chair, for example, you're doing a squat. Every time you bend down to pick something up off the floor too. But over time, as muscles weaken and joints lose mobility, this movement becomes increasingly difficult. That's when knee pain appears, fear of falling sets in, and it becomes harder to get up by yourself. That's why strengthening the muscles involved in squatting is essential to maintaining your independence and your quality of life. And what makes this exercise so complete is the fact that it activates several muscle groups at the same time. During a well-performed squat, you work your glutes intensely. These are the muscles responsible for supporting the pelvis and stabilizing the body while walking. The front of the thighs, the quadriceps, which help extend the knee and support body weight when standing up, and the inner thighs, the adductors, which are important for lateral balance and preventing stumbles. In addition, the muscles in the lower back and abdomen also kick in with a stabilizing function, helping to keep the spine straight, aligned, and protected during the movement. In other words, when you perform this exercise correctly, you strengthen almost the entire lower body and also train your posture and balance center. But the benefits go beyond muscle strengthening. When you practice squats regularly, you also stimulate the joints in your knees, hips, and ankles to move at their full potential. This helps keep those joints lubricated, prevents stiffness, and reduces the risk of osteoarthritis. Another important point, because squats involve a large muscle mass, they are also excellent for stimulating blood and lymphatic circulation. Each time you perform a repetition, you're pumping blood to the lower limbs and aiding venous return to the heart. This means less swelling in the legs, fewer varicose veins, and more oxygen reaching your tissues. And there's more. During the squat, there is a high energy demand. Your body consumes glucose, fat, and oxygen to perform the movement, which supports weight control and metabolic functioning. Over time, this can improve your insulin sensitivity, reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes, and speed up your metabolism, something that naturally slows down with age. Want to know how to do this exercise safely and effectively? Let's go over the correct execution. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. This base will ensure stability and comfort during the movement. Your arms can be extended forward, parallel to the floor, or positioned behind your head. Both help with balance and core activation. Inhale deeply and slowly begin to lower your hips as if you were going to sit in an invisible chair. During the descent, keep your heels firmly on the ground and your torso upright. Your knees should follow the line of your feet without going past them. Lower to a comfortable point, if possible. Form a 90-degree angle between your thighs and calves. Pause briefly at the lowest part of the movement, feeling the muscles engage. Then exhale and rise back to the starting position, activating your glutes and the front of your thighs. Once finished, repeat the movement. Ideally, perform 3 sets of 10 repetitions, always respecting your pace and physical condition. Over time, you can gradually increase the intensity, whether by increasing the number of reps or holding the movement longer at the bottom. Here's an extra tip. If you're just starting out or having trouble maintaining your balance, you can place your hands on the edge of a table, rest your back against a wall, or even use a chair behind you for support. The important thing is to respect your body, progress safely, and never push beyond what's necessary. Even with lighter variations, the benefits remain impressive. In a short time, you'll notice that you're walking more steadily, getting up with more confidence, and experiencing less pain by the end of the day. And all of that thanks to a simple, accessible, and incredibly powerful movement, the squat. The second exercise on our list is the plank. At first glance, it might seem too simple or even harmless, but don't be fooled. This static position is a true gem for anyone looking to strengthen the body from the inside out, especially the central region known as the core, which includes the abdomen, lower back, obliques, and even the glutes. When your core is strong, your entire body benefits. You gain more control over your movements, improve your posture, protect your spine, reduce back pain, and prevent injuries in other areas of the body. And you can do all of this without equipment, without joint impact, and right in the comfort of your living room. The plank is considered by many health and fitness professionals to be one of the most complete exercises for the trunk, precisely because, unlike traditional crunches, it doesn't strain the spine with repetitive movements. Instead, it requires the body to maintain a static position, activating the muscles in a continuous and safe way. And don't think the work is limited to your abs. When you're in plank position, your shoulders, arms, legs, and glutes are also recruited to keep your body firm and aligned. This makes the plank an excellent exercise for improving balance and overall body stability. In addition, it requires a high level of body awareness, meaning you need to be fully aware of your body, your alignment, your breathing, and this creates a feeling of presence that resembles meditation. This meditative aspect of the plank can be a powerful ally for your mental health. By focusing on your body, breathing, and posture, you disconnect from external worries, reduce stress levels, and bring your mind into the present moment. Many people report that after just a few days of practicing planks, they began to feel calmer, more balanced, and more confident. And it's no coincidence. Studies show that physical exercise, even short ones like the plank, promotes the release of endorphins, the feel-good hormones that improve mood and fight symptoms of depression and anxiety. Now that you understand why the plank is so valuable, let's talk about how to do it correctly, because it's proper posture that guarantees all these benefits and prevents discomfort or injury. To start, lie face down, resting your forearms on the floor with your elbows directly under your shoulders, forming a 90-degree angle. Your hands should rest comfortably in front of you, with palms facing down or together. Then lift your body off the floor, supporting yourself only on your forearms and the balls of your feet. Your body should form a straight line from your heels to your head. Don't lift your hips too high or let them sag. This alignment is essential to protect your lower back and properly activate your core muscles. Throughout the exercise, keep your abs tight, your neck neutral, looking at the floor, and your shoulders away from your ears. Your breathing should be slow, controlled, and steady. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, feeling the air move in and out, keeping your focus on body strength and mental calm. If you're just starting out, you might only hold the position for 15 or 20 seconds, and that's totally fine. With time and practice, you'll be able to increase to 30 seconds, then 45, and eventually 1 minute or more. The most important thing is to maintain good form. Don't lose alignment, don't feel pain, and don't push beyond what's necessary. Ideally, perform 3 sets, with rest intervals of 30 seconds to 1 minute between them. Remember, consistency matters more than duration. Doing the plank every day, even for just a few seconds, already brings extraordinary benefits to your physical and mental health. And if you want a tip to make this exercise even more accessible, here it is. You can do the plank with your knees on the floor. This variation reduces the load on the lower back and helps you keep alignment more easily. Another tip is to use a soft mat or a folded towel under your elbows to avoid discomfort. Over time, as your body adapts, you can remove the supports and progress to the traditional plank. If you want to increase the challenge, there are interesting variations: side plank, supporting only on one forearm, plank with alternating leg lifts, or plank with shoulder taps. But be careful, these variations should only be introduced once you've mastered the basic movement. No matter the variation, the rule stays the same: perfect posture, active breathing, and full focus on the body. It's amazing how such a simple exercise can bring so many benefits. People who start including the plank in their daily routine report noticeable improvements in balance, posture, core firmness, and even breathing within just a few weeks. And all of this with just a few minutes a day. That's why if you want to age with more vitality, prevent pain, and strengthen your core, don't skip the plank. It may seem small, but the results it delivers are huge. Now we move on to the third exercise in this powerful anti-aging list. Push-ups. This classic exercise, known by many since school days, is a true rejuvenation tool when done correctly. Push-ups are incredibly efficient because they involve several important muscle groups all at once. They work the pectoral muscles, which make up the chest and help with upright posture and pushing strength. The deltoids, which are the shoulder muscles and assist with arm control and stabilization. The triceps, located at the back of the arms, which are essential for extension and support movements. And the abdominal muscles, which are constantly activated to maintain core stability. In addition, muscles in the back, hips, and even legs come into play to keep the body in a straight line during the movement. In other words, push-ups are a complete, functional, and deeply beneficial exercise, especially for those in their mature years who want to preserve strength, muscle tone, and physical independence. As the years go by, our bodies experience a natural loss of muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia. If not addressed, this loss can lead to weakness, a greater risk of falls, difficulty performing simple tasks, and even loss of autonomy. Push-ups act as a real shield against this process. By strengthening the muscles of the upper body, they protect the joints, improve stability, and make the body more resilient and functional. Additionally, doing push-ups regularly improves respiratory and cardiovascular capacity, since the effort increases heart rate, promotes greater oxygenation of tissues, and stimulates the metabolism. This means that over time, you'll have more energy, less fatigue, better sleep quality, and more willingness to take on daily tasks. Another key benefit of push-ups is improved mobility in the shoulders and elbows. These pushing movements, when done with proper technique, keep the joints active, lubricated, and protected from stiffness. And because they are a bodyweight exercise, push-ups can easily be adapted to all fitness levels. Even if you've never done a push-up in your life, it's possible to start with modified versions and progress safely at your own pace. But before we talk about variations, let's go over how to do a traditional push-up correctly. Start by lying face down on the floor. Position your hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart, with your palms fully pressed into the ground and your fingers pointing forward. Your elbows should be angled slightly outward, but not too much, maintaining a comfortable angle for the shoulders. Keep your feet together or slightly apart, with your toes touching the floor. Engage your abdominal and glute muscles to keep your body straight like a plank, forming a continuous line from your heels to your head. Inhale and slowly bend your elbows, lowering your body toward the ground. Go down until your chest is just a few centimeters from the floor, always respecting your range of motion. Then exhale and extend your arms, pushing your body back to the starting position. Throughout the movement, maintain controlled breathing. Keep your head aligned with your spine and your hips firm. Don't let your belly sag or your butt stick up. Proper posture ensures that the right muscles are activated and unnecessary injuries are avoided. If this version is still too difficult, don't worry. You can start with knee-supported push-ups. In that case, maintain the same alignment of hands, shoulders, and torso, but use your knees as the support point, forming a line from your knees to your head. This modification reduces the load on the arms and makes the exercise more accessible. Another option is to do incline push-ups, placing your hands on a higher surface like the edge of a sturdy table or the back of a couch. These variations are excellent for gradually building strength, allowing you to progress safely. The important thing is not to give up or compare yourself to others. Progress is personal, and each repetition is a step toward a stronger, younger, and healthier body. Ideally, begin with 3 sets of 10 repetitions with 30 to 60 seconds of rest between each set. Over time, as you feel more confident and in control, you can increase the number of repetitions or try more challenging variations. And if you want to intensify the workout even more, you can add a small pause halfway down, keeping your body suspended for 2 or 3 seconds before returning to the starting position. This pause creates deeper muscle activation and speeds up strength gains. Beyond the physical benefits, push-ups also have a direct impact on self-esteem. When you start to realize that you can support your own body, control your movements, and complete your set successfully, it generates a deep sense of accomplishment. That confidence reflects into other areas of your life. You feel more motivated to go out, more inspired to take care of yourself, more confident in your abilities. And all of that comes from the simple habit of moving. That's why if there's one exercise that brings together functionality, muscle strengthening, cardiovascular activation, and positive psychological impact, it's the push-up. The fourth exercise on our list is the lunge, also known as the forward lunge. Like the squat, it's one of the most functional movements that exist because it simulates actions we perform every day, like climbing stairs, taking a longer step, bending down to pick something up off the floor, or simply keeping our balance while walking. And when performed with attention and regularity, the lunge can become one of your most powerful allies against the effects of aging. This exercise is especially effective because it works both legs alternately, requiring balance, coordination, and strength, which deeply strengthens the lower body muscles and improves overall stability. In addition to being a complete exercise, it's also a smart and challenging one, activating the glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, core, and even the muscles in the lower back. It's as if with one single movement, you're training your body to function better in all aspects. When performing the lunge, you deeply activate the glutes, which are fundamental for keeping the pelvis stable, supporting the spine, and preventing lower back pain. The front of the thigh, called the quadriceps, comes into play to support the body's weight during the bending and extending of the knees. The hamstrings help maintain balance and control the motion during the descent. The calves assist with propulsion and stability as your foot lands on the ground. The abdominal region and the paravertebral muscles of the lower back also engage to keep the torso upright and well aligned throughout the exercise. All of this makes the lunge an exceptional movement to improve posture, body control, and leg functionality, in addition to creating a high-calorie burn, which helps with weight control and fat loss. Another very important aspect is that, by requiring the body to maintain balance on an unstable base, the lunge strongly stimulates stabilizer muscles, those small muscles that aren't always activated during bilateral movements like the traditional squat. This extra activation strengthens ligaments, improves proprioception, which is the body's awareness of its position in space, and significantly reduces the risk of falls, trips, and sprains, which unfortunately become more common as we age. That's why including lunges in your workout routine is like creating a natural shield against household accidents and muscle injuries. But the benefits don't stop there. Because you work one side of the body at a time, lunges help identify and correct muscle imbalances. Many people have one leg that's stronger than the other, or a joint with less mobility. When these differences go unaddressed, they can lead to compensations that overload other areas of the body, such as the lower back or knees. Lunges allow you to notice these differences and strengthen each side individually, promoting more symmetry, stability, and safety in everyday movements. Now let's look at the proper execution of the lunge. Start standing tall with your spine straight, shoulders relaxed, and your feet parallel and slightly apart, about hip width. Take a big step forward with one leg, keeping your torso fully aligned as if you were going to descend in a straight line. The front leg should form a 90-degree angle between the thigh and shin, while the back leg rests on the ball of the foot, also forming a 90-degree angle at the knee. The back knee should not touch the floor. The ideal is for it to remain 2 to 3 centimeters above the ground, protecting the joint and allowing for more intense muscle activation. Your hips should stay aligned with your torso, and your core should be engaged to maintain balance. Then, push off with the heel of your front foot to return to the starting position. After that, repeat the same movement with the other leg. This alternating pattern makes the exercise dynamic and more efficient, while also preventing overload on just one side. Ideally, perform 3 sets of 10 repetitions for each leg, always respecting your pace. If you're just starting out, you can support your hands on a chair, a wall, or use a support stick to maintain balance. Over time, as you feel more confident, you can progress to the freestanding version and even increase intensity by holding light weights in your hands or adding a 2-second pause at the bottom, increasing time under muscle tension. Remember, the lunge is a challenging exercise, so it's important to start carefully, pay attention to knee alignment, and never push beyond your limit. If you feel knee pain or excessive discomfort, reduce the movement's range or seek guidance from a professional. An important detail is that the lunge, because it requires greater control and coordination, also strongly stimulates the central nervous system. This means your brain is also working during this movement. Yes, by doing lunges, you're training your body and your mind at the same time. This kind of integrated stimulus is essential to maintain cognitive agility, reaction time, and decision-making ability, skills that are valuable at any age, but especially important after age 60. And we can't forget the positive impact of lunges on circulation. By involving large muscle groups and requiring coordinated effort, this exercise promotes blood blood flow in the legs, improves venous return, and helps fight swelling, heavy leg sensation, and the formation of varicose veins. Furthermore, since it's a high energy demand movement, it also boosts metabolism, aiding in fat burning and preserving lean muscle mass, which is essential for keeping weight under control and slowing the signs of aging. Including lunges in your routine is a smart way to regain strength, improve balance, maintain mobility, and preserve your independence. Even if it seems difficult at first, stick with it. With consistency, your body will adapt and you'll notice the benefits with every step, every movement, every small daily achievement. Because in the end, it's not just about exercising, it's about living better with more confidence, freedom, and vitality. Now we've reached the 5th exercise in our sequence, and perhaps the most underrated of them all, the glute bridge. This simple yet incredibly effective movement has been widely used in rehabilitation programs, functional training, and physical therapy for seniors, people with back pain, and even high-performance athletes. And the reason is clear: it strengthens one of the most important regions of the body for postural health, balance, and lower body strength, the glutes. But that's not all. The bridge also activates the lower back muscles, the core, and the hamstrings, all in a safe way with low impact, and it can be performed lying down, which makes it especially accessible for beginners or those with physical limitations. This makes the glute bridge an essential exercise to combat age-related muscle loss, called sarcopenia, while also helping relieve lower back pain, correct postural imbalances, and improve hip stability. The glute region, which mainly includes the gluteus maximus muscle, is the largest muscle mass in the human body. It's responsible for supporting the hips, keeping the pelvis aligned, helping with walking, squatting, running, and even just standing up from a chair. When the glutes are weak, the body compensates by using improper muscles like the lower back or hamstrings, which can cause pain, tension, and strain in other joints. Over time, this can lead to chronic problems like hernias, arthritis, muscle imbalances, and even increased risk of falls. That's why strengthening your glutes, especially after age 60, is not just an aesthetic goal, but a functional necessity that directly influences your quality of life, independence, and day-to-day mobility. The glute bridge works directly on this strengthening, and the best part, it's an easy exercise that can be done on the floor, a mat, or a firm bed, and doesn't require equipment. In addition to the glutes, it activates the hamstrings, the core muscles, including deep abdominals, and even the calves and pelvic floor muscles. This integrated activation improves hip stability, lumbar posture, coordination between muscle groups, and also helps with bladder control and incontinence prevention, an often overlooked but very relevant issue in older age. Another valuable benefit of the bridge is its impact on spinal health. When done correctly, it helps relieve lower back tension, improves sacroiliac mobility, stimulates local circulation, and strengthens spinal stabilizers, reducing stiffness, improving posture, and relieving back pain caused by inactivity or prolonged standing or sitting. Let's go over proper execution. Lie on your back on a comfortable surface, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Your arms should be extended beside your body, palms facing down to assist with stability. Make sure your head and shoulders are relaxed. Now contract your glutes, engage your core, and as you exhale, lift your hips toward the ceiling. The goal is to form a straight line from your knees to your shoulders without overarching the lower back or lifting the hips too high. Hold this position for 2 to 3 seconds, feeling the glutes and core activate, then slowly lower back down while inhaling. The movement should be controlled both on the way up and down. Repeat 10 times for 3 sets, with short breaks of 30 to 60 seconds between them. If you're just starting out and have trouble lifting your hips fully, begin with a smaller range of motion, focusing on squeezing your glutes as much as possible, and keeping your breathing steady. As your muscles gain strength and coordination, you'll be able to lift higher and hold longer. For those with more resistance, there are variations to increase the challenge, such as the single leg bridge, where one leg is extended while the other performs the movement, the heel lift bridge, which intensifies calf work, or the bridge with a prolonged isometric pause at the top, which demands greater muscle control. But remember, any progression should be done cautiously, always respecting your body and never pushing through pain or excessive discomfort. A practical tip is to do the glute bridge in the morning as part of a short muscle activation ritual, or at night before bed as a way to relax your lower back and prepare your body for rest. In both cases, results will come quickly. Improved posture, more stability when walking, less lower back pain, and better control during everyday activities. And beyond that, you'll feel your body responding to care, attention, and movement, proving that yes, it's absolutely possible to age with strength, balance, and confidence. Before you go, Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment if this video helped you.